So, hello everyone. Welcome to one another session of Flying North. Today we have a very exciting student with us. That is Mohammad Aftab. He has done his post graduation from Conestoga College in Doom, which is the main campus. He did his post graduation in web development and IT. So we'll just talk to him about his journey as a student from Nepal and how he came here, how he decided to choose Conestoga, and at the same time he's graduated now and he's working, so how did he go about with the application procedure and everything. So Aftab, thank you for being part of this session. I really appreciate you coming and spending some time. So to start off with, can you give a little bit of background about yourself, where you're from, what's your specialization, and how did you come to Canada?
So myself, Atam. So I'm basically from Nepal, and I moved to Canada in 2018.
Mhm.
So I came in here as an international student. So the process of like coming to Canada was fairly easy as compared to the other countries like Australia and US.
Mhm.
So I just went through a consultancy,
Mhm.
and we had our application processed. So it was fairly like short time. Like I got my visa within 2 months, so which was very exciting for me. And then when I came in here, like I had a gap of 4 months because there were some issues. Like I came here late because I got my visa late, so I was not allowed for the registration. So
Okay.
I had to wait like 4 months. But in between that 4 months, like I did not have any like trouble because we can literally be here
Mhm.
in that 4 months. So there was a confusion like whether we can walk or not. So, but and I think it's still a confusion. Somebody say like you can walk even your college doesn't start, but somebody say like you cannot walk because you are not a student right now. So that's still a confusion. So
You said that you had used a consultancy to apply and come here. So this is something I keep getting a lot from the students. Is it necessary that you have to have a consultant while applying to Canadian universities, or can you just send your application on your own?
no, it's not necessary because the problem with our countries is that we are not like familiar like what are the processes sorry, what are the process and how to go about this. So that's why like lots of the students go through the consultancy.
Mhm.
It becomes easier. That's the only reason. Otherwise, if you want to do it on your own, then it's fairly easy.
Okay, okay, sure, sure. So how did you go about finding accommodation? Because when you came here, you said that there was a gap of 4 months. They let you register only for the next semester because you had arrived late. So how did you get yourself accommodation? And how did you like go about finding the students in the university?
Yeah, so the thing is, like, when I came in here, I had my brothers living in Toronto,
Okay.
so I didn't have any problem finding the accommodation because I lived with them for 4 months. But the thing is, like, whenever you are coming to Canada, make sure you always have the accommodation because, like, after coming here, it's very difficult to find like rooms or even apartments, whatever you want. It's really hard because there are lots of students coming in every semester. Like almost in our college only, like every semester we get almost like 7 to 8 thousand students.
Oh,
And
okay. Yeah.
so based on the like location, even in if we talk about Toronto, uh, it's the same case. We don't get like rooms easily. So the first thing you want to do whenever you are coming to Canada, just make sure you have the permanent like accommodation before
Okay, so what is the best way to find? Like you were fortunate enough to find your brother was already there in Toronto, so he helped you. But what if some student doesn't have any family or relatives? Like, is there any help that you get from the college? Is there any community websites that you all go and you all are able to find
Yeah,
accommodation?
there are lots of options. Like one thing you can do, like if you have any like good consultancy, they can also help you to find the accommodation. And the second thing is like even the college will provide you with a list of options that you can go through and check if there's anything available. And the third and the most important maybe there are lots of Facebook pages. Uh, whichever college you are applying for, there are lots of Facebook page where you can see like if there's anything available. You can also like ask for any help from the students who are living here.
Hmm.
So it won't be that hard, but you have to make sure like before you arrive here,
This
you have it.
accommodation available.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So now
Because if
that
you
you,
think like, once I will be there, I'll get it like quickly. So that's not gonna happen. So
and how much does an accommodation, because I know you were living in Kitchener area. So what's like an average accommodation cost over there? And what is the like the monthly expense that the student has to keep in mind? Uh, yeah.
basically, the monthly rent is somewhere around like 500 to 600.
Hmm.
If you would like try to get a private room, or other than that, if you are going to share a room with somebody else, then it's somewhere around 350 on an average.
On an average. Okay, that's just the rent, right? So that's really
Yeah,
cheap. I
that's
think
the
that's
rent.
really cheap compared to what the rates are in Toronto.
Yeah.
And
So
what?
and the rest of others like if you want to get a car, then it depends on like what kind of vehicle do you want. Otherwise, if you want to like use the public transport, then it's $90 per month for the monthly pass here.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
and
So food.
at that,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Beside that, like you have phone bills and the grocery, so it is somewhere around 12 to 1500.
12 to 1500 monthly.
Yeah,
Okay.
depends
Uh,
on like, how much you wanna like spend.
okay. And so you said that you studied web development, right, in
Yeah.
post graduation. That's so I know that's one of the most sought after courses, especially in Conestoga. So how was your course? Like, did you have a good experience taking the classes? Do you think that was very valuable? Will you recommend to somebody to take the course?
Yeah, like sorry, the course was it was more of a practical than theory because it's a post graduation. So, and the courses that the college had in the curriculum, they were like really helpful because they only teaches the subjects that are like relevant in the market
Mm-hmm.
and which are like top selling in the market. So that was very helpful. And beside that, we had good professors, and they were really helpful. Like they were ready to help at any time. Like whenever you have a problem, just shoot an email to them, and they will reply in like maybe in an hour or a day. So they were really helpful.
Okay. So what I wanted to ask is how was the workload? Because I know people, students even do part-time jobs, right? So is it possible to do that 20 hours? You're allowed 20 hours weekly to do the part-time job. So how much of the workload do you have to take every semester in order to have a good balance between this 20 hours of workload and also the course workload?
Yeah, it depends. Like some of the courses have like 5 days a week the classes, and some of them has like 3 or 4 days. So it depends. Like if you have like 5 days a week of a class, then you basically have to maintain like manage your 20 hours in the weekends or doing the night shift if you get the chance to do it.
Okay.
So it's gonna be like kind of mentally tough
Mm-hmm.
and physically as well, but you have to be prepared. Like for the 2 years, it's not gonna be that much easy because you have to keep your study as well as uh, to make some money for your expenditure and the college fee. It's hard, but not impossible.
Okay, okay. So, like, do you have, how do you go about finding that part-time job? Because that's also very competitive in a phase right now, right? Because with COVID and a lot of shutdowns happening, even I know you came pre-COVID, but I just wanted to ask, what is the best way somebody can start looking for a part-time job?
Yeah, like regarding to job, it was even harder when before the COVID
Okay.
because there are lots of students coming in every semester and there are limited like
Yeah.
companies, factories. These
Okay.
things are limited. They are not growing as compared to the number of students. So sometimes it becomes hard to find a job. But the thing is, like you need to keep on searching for that because it might take time, like 2 months, 1 month, 3 months, depends. But eventually, you can find a job. It's not that like you won't get a job, but
Mhm.
it might take some time.
Okay. And where should somebody start looking for that part-time job? Is it in Kijiji? Is it in Facebook? Where will you recommend somebody to start looking?
Yeah, most of the students try to find it at Kijiji
Mm-hmm.
because there are lots of job posting and there are other options as well. Like you can directly drop your resume to the like source, like and fast food industries like
Mm-hmm.
McDonald's, Tim Hortons, or another way is like you can make some like friends who can help. Like
Okay.
the people, the students who are living here, and they fairly know about the like where are the openings and where the students can get a job. So it's better to get in the community and try to seek help from them.
Okay. And what about co-op and internship? Like, what are the opportunities? I know you said you did a 2-year post-graduation course, right? So,
Yeah.
did you get any opportunity for a co-op or internship? Does the university help you in that process?
Unfortunately, we didn't have any like co-op program for our course,
Okay.
but there are some courses so which has like co-ops, some like mobile solutions, something. So it's not that hard, but like there are some criteria that you have to meet, like certain amount of percentage, certain grade. You have to
Reach that.
fulfill that.
Okay, okay. In order to get the prize, no problem.
Yeah.
So after your graduation, my thing is, how did you go about applying for your work permit? Because I know you are currently in your work permit stage right now. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so applying for the work permit is not that hard because we have the official site like for the IRCC, I guess, and then you have to make your GCK account and then you can apply through it. Like it's fairly straightforward. It will give you like every steps, like where to go and what files do you need to upload there. So it's very simple.
It's quite straightforward. Okay. Okay.
According to my experience, like when I was coming here, like I had like image of Canada is it's gonna be like all winter, 12 months a year.
Mm.
So that's wrong. If somebody is thinking like it's only cold in Canada, so be prepared for the extreme summer as well. So
Yeah. So in summer the temperature rises a lot, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So then, yeah, I know what you're saying. So it's too extreme. So again, do you suggest people what is the best time to arrive? Like, do you suggest people to take up the fall courses because then the winter hasn't started yet and they will probably get accustomed to the winter weather, or do you suggest people to come in for the spring session where winter is already at the peak, or do you say that it doesn't matter, like whichever session you get, you should just opt for it?
To be honest, like when you are in India or Nepal, you just want to get into Canada.
Okay.
That's all you want. But for me, like if you can get in fall, that can help because coming to Canada directly in January was it's the winter is at peaks, so that might not suit few people, and they might get sick. So
Okay.
it's best to like come in fall so that your body can get accustomed to the winter and the climate here, and then that will help.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything else you want to add, like any tips or anything that you would want to give to future students who are trying to come here?
Yeah, my suggestion would be like whatever I have seen here. Like there are many students who intentionally come to just make money and they don't focus on study.
Hmm.
So my suggestion would be like yeah, it would be hard because like what studying and like collecting money for your fees, it's really difficult. I know, and like almost every student goes through that phase. But the thing is, like in Canada, you have the opportunity to get a good job. Like
Okay.
unlike other countries, you
Hmm.
can get a good job if you like really you do really well in your studies and focus on that one. So that could help.
Okay. Okay.
That would be my
So
suggestion.
yeah, yeah, that's definitely a very good advice to give, saying that you should focus. So that's it, Aftab. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for your useful suggestions. And I wish you all the very best for your journey in the work permit and ultimately getting your PR card. And that's it. So, thank you.
Yeah, it was my pleasure.
Okay, thank you. Bye.